The tape. Marco Antonio Barrera, 168 centimeters tall with a reach of 178 centimeters. Up against them, Juan Marquez, 170 centimeters tall with an identical 170 centimeters reach.
This is it. This is that fight. This is that argument. I don't know what to expect.
Marco Antonio Barrera and Juan Marquez.
This bout is scheduled.
You can tell both. The time has finally arrived. These two men have been jawing at each other for months. The talking is finally over. Now it's time to fight. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Both men step back for just a moment. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. These two were made for each other. Jab not finding its target. Hold it right there. And at some point, the corner needs to decide we have to protect our fighter. And right back into the fray.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Catch and shoot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. There is not a seat to be had in this arena, Johnny. It's got that big fight feel, doesn't it?
Did you see the nerves on that fight stepping into the ring, Tom? It can tell you so much about a fighter. And then look at the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Barrera in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity. Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Good counter punch. Nice counter shot. Throwing a hook, but nice defense there. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Can't land the jab there. Missing with that right hook. Nice counter. Not a lot of defense here at all. He threw a punch and just got countered. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Barrera in that last round. Well, there was no doubt. The bell rings and we start the third. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Antonio Barrera is on the canvas. So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Talk about Barrera in that. And there's the bell to start round 4. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Unlike the heavier fighters, these fighters throw so many punches, it's hard to keep up. Back and forth they go. Caution is being thrown to the wind. The straight right just misses. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter punching.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Nice exchange here from both men. They threw the hook, it didn't land. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Barrera in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round. Back into the fray here in round 5. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punching. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. That right hook won't score. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Oh my! Barrera has never been in this kind of trouble before. Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
He's got to wait.
So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Let's talk about Barrera in that. Here we go in the 6th round. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Only catching air with that hook. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. That counter shot lands. These two are the perfect dance partners.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Unlucky to miss with that. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Barrera in that last round. After what we saw in that last... Here we go, it's round 7. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
So much for defensive abilities. At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
But now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
We need to turn this around halfway through.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Not a lot of punch output. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. Let's talk about Marquez. And there's the bell to start round 8. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything full power because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. We didn't know who was going to win, and in the end, no one did win. This fight ends in a